Hey, tell me, doesn't that look like Dixieland? Doesn't that look like... Doesn't that look like Dixieland? Yes, that looks like Dixieland. Hey, doesn't that look like Alabama? Why, sure, it's Birmingham. Is there any place so nice? Well, do I have to ask you twice? Yes, sir, it's paradise. Doesn't that smell like ham and eggs? Why, yes, that smells like ham and eggs and bacon and eggs are cheap. Mr. Lindbergh made Perry, but I made God's own heaven, you see. Doesn't that look like Dixieland to me? Hey, doesn't that look like Dixieland? Why, yes, that looks like Dixieland. Doesn't that look like Alabama? Why, sure, that's Birmingham. Is there any place so nice? Do I have to ask you twice? Yes, sir, that's paradise. Doesn't that smell like ham and eggs? Why, yes, that smells like bacon and eggs, ham and eggs. Bacon and eggs all cheap. Mr. Lindbergh made curry, but I made God's own heaven, you see. Doesn't that look like Dixieland to me? Hey, tell me, doesn't that look like Dixieland? Yes, that looks like Dixieland. Why, doesn't that look like Birmingham? Oh, sure, that's Birmingham. Is there any place so nice? Do I have to ask you twice? Yes, sir, that's paradise. Doesn't that smell like ham and eggs? Yeah, that smells like bacon and eggs, ham and eggs, and bacon and eggs are cheap. Mr. Lindbergh made curry, but I made God's own heaven, you see. Doesn't that look like Dixieland to me? Doesn't that look like Dixieland? That looks like Dixieland. Doesn't that look like Alabama? Why, sure, that's Birmingham. Is there any place so nice? Do I have to ask you twice? Yes, sir, that's paradise. Doesn't that smell like ham and eggs? Oh no, that's bacon and eggs. Bacon and eggs and ham and eggs all cheap. Mr. Lindbergh made curry, but I made God's own heaven, you see. Doesn't that look like Dixieland to me? Welcome to the show. Craig Ventresco and I play every night at 8 p.m. except Fridays we don't play at all, and Sundays we play at noon instead. We play songs from the 1890s through the 1930s. Yo-ha to you in Boston, David. We're going to play a request. We're going to play...
Hi, David.
Yo-ha. Well, and today every song we play begins with the letter T. We're celebrating the alphabet. And it's a big to-do. We're spending more days than there are letters.
That's true. I do, Chuck. I do owe you an email. This goes out to Suzanne Fox.
Tell me what it's going to be.
Tin Roof Blues.
Ooh. You want cello or you want guitar?
Guitar.
and Cherry Moonshine. So that was Tin Roof Blues.
Hi, Ken.
Hey, Ken. Tishomingo is... Oh, yeah, we'll play Too Busy. Yeah, let's do that.
Hi, John.
Tishomingo...
We're probably going to be stuck on the T's for a couple of days,
Yeah, we're going to be
I
on
guess.
T for a while. There are so many songs that
Another couple of days, I'd say.
There's so many words that begin with T. I get all choked up about it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Want some more?
It's fine.
What's next?
It's Too Busy. Lately you've been avoiding me. I confess it's annoying me. Honestly, it's so aggravating. Would you tell me just what to do when I ask for a kiss or two? You just say not now, dear, somehow, dear. You're always too busy for my loving, too busy for my pet. That's all that I'm getting from you. What's more, I ain't lying. It seems like you've been trying hard to shake me, and that makes me blue. I can't understand your actions, but I'll get my satisfactions. Don't you worry, just you wait and see, dear. One day you'll be lonely, and you will want me only. I'll just say that I'm too busy for you. Lately you've been avoiding me. I confess it's annoying me. Honestly, it's so aggravating. Would you tell me just what to do when I ask for a kiss or two? You just say not now, dear, somehow, dear. You're always too busy for my loving, too busy for my pet. That's all that I've been getting from you. Dear lately, what's more, I ain't lying. It seems like you've been trying hard to shake me. That makes me blue. I can't understand your actions, but I'll get my satisfactions. Don't you worry, just you wait and see, dear. One day you'll want me only, and then you'll be so lonely when I say that I'm too busy for you. Too busy for my loving, too busy for my petting. That's all that I've been getting from you. What's more, I ain't lying. It seems though you've been trying hard to shake me, and that's making me blue. When I say that I'm too busy for you. There, I saw your comment, John. It said mouth trumpet. I was like, oh yeah. So I did.
How seldom will you meet a man as through this world you go? A man, I mean, who's satisfied with life. He may be blessed with wealth, but where there's health is, don't you know, his fight for millions gives him care and strife. The king so brave and grand, who has the land at his command, will work for life to reach another shore. For this life we lead is greed, There are some things that I need. If I had them, well, I wouldn't ask for more. All I need is $50 million and sealskins to protect me from the cold. If I only knew how stocks would go on Wall Street and we're living in a mansion made of gold. If the Vanderbilts would let me spend their money, if I only had an heiress for a wife, if I only owned the greatest racehorse stables, then I know that I'd be satisfied with life. In a little brownstone shanty upon Old Fifth Avenue, 'tis there I share my humble lot with Paws. But well, things aren't so hard for me, I'm satisfied, 'tis true, to smoke my little 50-cent cigars. There are some people think a farmer's life to be a prank and long for city's glamour night and day. But if the choice to me you give, I would settle down and live in some quiet little village like Broadway. All I want is hummingbird for breakfast, a champagne fountain spilling at my feet, Pierpont Morgan waiting on my table, and Sousa's band a playing while I eat. If I only owned the Western Union cable, if a billionaire would only be my wife, if I only owned the Pennsylvania Railroad, then I know that I'd be satisfied with life. That's it. Then I'd be satisfied with life.
I love that song.
Anything we don't get to tonight, we'll get to tomorrow. Hopefully.
I like to play the songs for longer. Well, okay. Oh, well, Timbuktu. That's an inside joke. Even at that, I'm probably the only one that thinks it's funny. But I love that. That's so funny. The reason that Terry O'Hara requesting Timbuktu as an inside joke is because I was trying to upgrade the show and I got all this fancy... Well, I just got one thing. I got an encoder box. But I didn't realize... I was streaming through like a streaming platform with an encoder box and I didn't really know how to use the technology fully. So the program that I was streaming through had all these features, and I had enabled some feature where I could display the comments. I could overlay the comments on the picture during the show, but I didn't know that I had enabled it and I didn't know how to use it. So I overlaid a random comment over the show, and it was like covering Craig's face. It was so silly. And it was Terry O'Hara requesting Timbuktu, but it was just his name and the word Timbuktu in all capital letters with a question mark. And it remained there the whole show. I couldn't get it off of the screen, and I didn't know how. Okay, anyway. Just cracked me up at the time, and ever since, every time I thought of it. A bold bumblebee, idly roaming o'er the lea, loved a white clover blossom sweet with dew. He gave her a kiss, and she thought it not amiss, for he swore that he always would be true. But he looked on the flower as the toy of an hour, and a kindly wind was blowing in his way. And he thought she'd forget that they ever had met. Then he promised to return someday. tears in my eyes, though the world calls it due. I'm waiting and I want you and I want you. The bee liked to stray, so he gaily was away and forgot every loving word he'd said. He gave not a thought to the havoc he had wrought, though he knows by the clover now is red. Tears of blush for the bliss of that one stolen kiss that is thinking of her lover far away. For she never can forget, and she's loyal to him yet, and she's hoping he'll return someday. Come back, my own, my love, dearest true. There's honey in my heart, and it's only for you. There are tears in my eyes, though the world calls it you. I'm waiting and I want you and I want but you. Come back, my own, my love, dearest true. There's honey in my heart and it's only for you. There are tears in my eyes, though the world calls it you. I'm waiting and I want you and I want but you. I bet I should turn the light on, huh?
Doesn't matter to me.
I should turn. It's like we're using the light from the window, and now
It's
the
like
sun
it's darker
is
now.
setting.
But it's up to you.
I'll turn up.
Well, Terry, I'll try to do Timbuktu for you. I've done it a couple of times, sometimes successfully and sometimes unsuccessfully. Let's see. Long ago, Timbuktu. All right. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, you guys. All right. Long ago in old New Amsterdam, there lived the cousin of the Duke of Buckingham. His friends knew Buckingham to be a sport, so they cut the ham and called him Buck for short. One day Buck met a little cluck, and he whispered, "Lovely dear," in accents loud and clear, "Please marry me, my dear." She replied, "I will be your bride, but there must be no delay." And they were buckled up that day. Soon they had a lot of little bucks, and oh, how fast they grew. There was 1 buck, 2 bucks, 3 bucks, 4 bucks. No one knows how many more bucks. Mrs. Buck would play the ukulele every morn till 2. And while old man Buck was singing, all the little bucks were bucking, winging. When they had eggs for breakfast, Buck was out of luck. Each buck would eat a dozen, and a dozen cost a buck. Well, the landlord tried to raise Buck's rent, but he could not raise a sou. So he backed up a motor truck, and he said goodbye, and he said good luck, and he moved his wife and all the little bucks to Timbuktu. When the bucks arrived in Timbuktu, a Zulu chieftain by the name of Buckaroo was waiting with a buckboard at the pier. And he said to Buck, "Pile all your bucks in here." Old man Buck was a thick-eyed duck. The place looked mighty queer. He said, "Have no fear, I know you'll like it here." Just then Buck hollered, "We're in luck," 'cause he spied a great big sign that read, "The Buck beer here is fine." Soon they had a lot of little bucks, and oh, how fast they grew. There were $2, $4, $6, $8, overfed and underweight bucks. Old man Buck got on a bucking bronco, and away he flew. He came back home feeling frisky with a bucket full of Buckeye whiskey. The little bucks had never tasted chops or steak, 'cause Mrs. Buck fed all the bucks on homemade buckwheat cake. Old man Buck was such a funny sight, he was almost 6'2". He looked like a big giraffe when he walked around. He would make you laugh while he walked just like for $1.50 in Timbuktu. For breakfast, Buck was out of luck, for each buck would eat a dozen, and a dozen cost $1. Well, the landlord tried to raise Buck's rent, but he could not raise a sou. So he backed up a motor truck, and he said goodbye, and he said good luck, and he moved his wife and all the little bucks to Timbuktu. That goes out to Terry O'Hara, Timbuktu.
There. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, Meredith.
Let's see about this. Well,
That song's a tongue twister, sort of.
Oh, Mississippi, oh, Mississippi, my heart cries out to you in sadness. My heart cries out, while Whippy whips down the wall. Down on the southern moon, sweet flow, that's where I want to go. I'm allergic to flamingo, this is what I'm saying today. I wish to linger way down on Dixie Way. Oh, my heart cries out in pain. Oh, I wish that I were back again. In a place, I'll make you welcome all the time. Right out in Mississippi, from cypress trees. They get you dippy with their strange melodies. To resist temptation, I just can't refuse. Widow, widow, whistle, I wanna linger forever for the weary blues. Tonight I'm praying, tonight I'm praying, tonight I'm praying, lest the train that takes me to Tishomingo, way down on Dixie Way. Where some folks are always gay, makes me wanna say, I'm going to Mississippi first Saturday. I wish to linger way down Dixie Way. How my weary heart cries out in pain. How my weary heart cries out in pain. With all rights in a place where make you welcome all the time. Way down in Mississippi, from the cypress trees. They get you dippy with their strange melodies. To resist temptation, I just can't refuse. In Tishomingo, I wish to linger with it to the weary blues. that F? No wonder that was too high. Weird. Anywho, here's Craig.
Tabasco.
Tessie is the maiden with a sparkling eye. Tessie is a maiden with a laugh. Tessie doesn't know the meaning of a sigh. Tessie's lots of fun and full of chaff. But sometimes we have a little quarrel, we do. Tessie often turns her head away. then it's up to me to do as all boys do. I take her hand in mine and say, Tessie, you make me feel so badly. Why don't you turn around? Tessie, you know I love you madly, and my heart weighs about a pound. Don't blame me if I ever doubt you. You know I'm very wild about you, Tessie. You are my only, only, only. Tessie is a maiden with a sparkling eye. Tessie is a maiden with a laugh. Tessie doesn't know the meaning of a sigh. Tessie's lots of fun and full of chaff. But sometimes we have a little quarrel, we two. Tessie often turns her head away. Then it's up to me to do as all boys do. So I take her hand in mine and say, Tessie, you make me feel so badly. Why don't you turn around? Tessie, you know I love you madly, though my heart weighs about a pound. Don't blame me if I ever doubt you. You know I couldn't live without you, Tessie. You are the only, only, only. Tessie, you make me feel so badly. Why don't you turn around? Tessie, you know I love you madly, though my heart weighs about a pound. Don't blame me if I ever doubt you. You know I couldn't live without you, Tessie. You are the only, only, only.
Tears. Armstrong Pardon. Do you know Tears?
I never played it. I sort of know it. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to play Thrills, but maybe later. Oh, maybe we'll play Thrills actually.
Well, on that note,
Thrills.
thrills. All right. Thanks so much, Craig Ventresco, and I have enjoyed playing these songs for you. They all began with the letter T, and tomorrow they will all begin with the letter T.
Thank you
We're
for
not done with T.
thank you for joining us, and if you were so inclined to tip us, thank you for tipping us, and
Yeah, thank
for
you so
requesting
much. If you
tunes.
use PayPal or
And
Venmo
if you
to
use
tip us,
PayPal or
they
Venmo,
don't even take a cut.
They don't even take a cut.
They don't take
They
any
don't-
percent of the tips that you send, as long as you don't buy purchase protection, which is an insurance product that PayPal is selling for when you're purchasing things from strangers on the internet. That's what purchase protection is. So don't enable purchase protection for sending a tip because we're not like mailing you anything that's never gonna get there. We're not mailing you anything in the first place, so you know it's never gonna get there.
The other day I took a ride, but not in a machine. The other day I took a ride, but not in a machine. It was a buggy ride with my sweetie by my side. Making love going 50 miles an hour don't compare with 1 horsepower. Many cars I've tried, but give me a buggy ride. Oh, thanks for the buggy ride, thanks for the buggy ride. I had a wonderful time. No smell of gasoline, just the old-fashioned team. It was a wonderful treat to hear the patter of horses' feet. My bones were nearly broke, I took it as a joke. It was all new to me, 'cause I was used to riding in the big limousine. But buggy riding, loving sure beats any machine. So gosh darn a foolish I'm more than satisfied. I had a wonderful time. Buggy ride, there ain't nothing else I wanna do. No more machines for me, taking my chances and hitting a tree. Now let me give you some sensible advice. A buggy ride is awfully nice, and though it's not the style, the ride sure is worthwhile. So thanks for the buggy ride, thanks for the buggy ride. I had a wonderful time. Until the gasoline, just an old-fashioned team. It was a wonderful treat to hear the patter of horses' feet. My bones were nearly broke, I took it as a joke. It was all new to me. I was used to riding in a big limousine, but buggy riding, loving sure beats any machine. So although I lost my pride, thanks for the buggy ride. I had a wonderful time. Thanks for smell of hay. I like the chickens play. It was a wonderful scene with kids a gambling on the green. The face, it wouldn't set a fade, for I'm an old-fashioned snail. I was used to riding in a big limousine, but buggy ride, love don't make a machine. Now, although I lost pride, thanks for the buggy ride, I had a wonderful time. Wait for the wagon, wait for the wagon, wait for the wagon. We'll all take a ride. Bye, you guys.